Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well in these challenging times. And today, I'm super excited to bring our first revenue impact talk with Momo Vuyisich from Vyom. Momo, I'm very glad to have you here with us again. And I'm excited about the conversation we'll get to have today with you. Now to tell you all more about Momo, he is the co-founder and chief scientific officer at Vyom. Vyom is a data-driven precision nutrition company, and Momo provides scientific leadership at Vyom, which and his vision is to revolutionize healthcare from symptoms management to a true preventative medicine. He leads product development, clinical test implementation, and comprehensive clinical research portfolio. So, welcome, Momo. Momo, let's start with knowing your role in Vyom. We would like to know your experience in general.
Yeah, I mean, I think you highlighted it nicely, but my main focus areas are product development and clinical research, and
Okay.
then 1,000 other activities related to everything else.
Mm-hmm.
My main focus really has been both before starting Viome and at Viome to really develop a world's best systems biology platform. It's a technology platform that allows a company like ours to gather molecular data and clinical data from a global population and then use machine learning to analyze those data and derive insights without having any kind of a hypothesis.
Okay.
And these would be very, very large data sets from each person at each time point. And not only have we built this platform, but actually as of last fall, we have made it available to the whole world for free, unlimited use. And so I'm very proud of that because what we've spent really, really hard work on and many, many years on, we want everyone to have access to. We don't want to keep it to ourselves. So the way people should think about Viome is that it's really a technology platform
Mm-hmm.
that allows anyone to study any disease, any ecosystem that includes pets and plants and animals and soils and anything else, any human application, diagnosis for cancer, any chronic disease, aging, and so on. And the platform is open, just like the app store. You can build another application on top of the app store. You know, Apple didn't close it to just
Mm-hmm.
themselves, and they've exponentially increased the value of that platform to the consumers. That's exactly what we're doing. We have this platform that now anyone in the world can use, and we're very, very excited about that. And one of the applications that we've created within Viome is this precision nutrition that you talked about.
Yeah.
Currently, we just submitted an FDA application and a CE mark application for a cancer diagnostic test. So we are
Mm-hmm.
creating additional applications in many, many additional spaces on top of this platform. But really, the core part of Viome is this platform.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we move on to the next question?
Sure. Is your
Okay.
mind blown?
Okay. So my next question to you would be on the revenue mix. So, Momo, what do you think would be the change in revenue mix in the next 5 to 10 years? And what, according to you, is the current scenario in your industry? To
Yeah.
explain you here a bit about my question, we at M&M believe that 20% of the unknowns is going to be tomorrow's 80% of the revenue share for a company. The 20% which I am talking about may be the unknown opportunities or the unknown market trends, the unknown innovations in the industry that will generate 80% of the business for a company. So hence our focus is on the 20% of the unknowns, which are undiscovered, which would be the future impactors, revenue impactors of tomorrow. For that, we have a market intelligence platform through which we educate the world on which 20% should you be investing your time, money, and energy in which we are going to be the 80% of your tomorrow. So just sorry to complicate this a bit, but just keeping that thing in mind, what do you think are the unknowns that the market would like to know? You can cite examples of your own company.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, I think that in the healthcare space, we're going to see a dramatic shift
Mhm.
from symptoms management. The way the current healthcare system works is that you wait until you get sick and then you spend extraordinary amounts of money and time on treating those symptoms and managing the symptoms, really. And we're going to see a dramatic shift, all technologically enabled, that is going to to basically tell people how to prevent chronic diseases, how to prevent cancer, and how to slow down aging in a very personalized and specific manner. And so today, the reason that people don't spend necessarily a lot of money is that if you tell someone eat healthy, well, if you go on the internet and find out what healthy is, there's hundreds of different definitions. If you go to 3 different nutritionists that are trained in this, and ask them, what should I eat? They're going to give you 3 different diets, right? And that's because there's very little science behind that. And so we're bringing science and technology so that every single recommendation is going to be data driven and personalized for every person. And other companies are doing the same, so that in 10 years, we're going to see this complete flip, where now people are spending every dollar every day of their life since birth, literally from baby's birth. Parents will be able to intentionally and in a data-driven fashion spend money on exactly the kind of diet, lifestyle, supplements, exercise for that person. And then there won't be any more chronic diseases, and cancer and aging will be slowed down. And so the current expenditure on symptoms management will simply fall out.
Right, right. So, in addition to this question, uh, what would be the changes at your client's end, and how will it impact you in terms of revenue? I'm asking you.
Right. Well, the way it's going to impact is that, for example, today people are spending a certain amount of money on their food and exercise and lifestyle choices, right, for
Yeah.
decades, and then they get a horrific disease like rheumatoid arthritis or
Mhm.
IBD or Alzheimer's, and then all of a sudden, well, I don't, every country is different. In the United States, many people go bankrupt,
Mhm.
even though they've accrued a huge amount of wealth during their lifetime. They go bankrupt due to their
Yeah,
medical bills because chronic diseases cost enormous amounts of money, right?
yeah.
And so that's the revenue model here, is concentrated on people who develop chronic diseases, and then in a very few short years, you get a lot of money out of them.
Yeah.
We're going to model. We are replacing that model. Instead of spending your money for decades on random things that are just sort of, well, this person told me this person told me this, you're going to be spending all your money for
Mhm.
decades on very specific things, technology driven, so that you don't develop that disease. So I think that in terms of the customers, they're actually going to spend overall much less money,
Okay.
and there's going to be a much smaller disease burden, and people will be able to enjoy life a lot more because they're going to be healthier.
Okay.
Does that
That's
answer your
great.
question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. So, my final question would be on leadership. So, what suggestions
Perfect.
you have for the leadership in your industry?
Okay, great. I have several suggestions for
Mhm.
leaders in every industry. First of all, if you're the type of person who has the motivation, the work ethic, the background, the education to start companies,
Mhm.
don't waste all that talent and hard work on starting companies for the purpose of making money. That's an enormous waste, right? Sure, plan and help people live better lives, right? And just if you think that way, even if it's not clear at that moment in time how you're going to monetize on that, it
Mhm.
will turn out to be making you money at some point in time somehow, right? If you
Right,
focus on, people want to pay money to live a better life, so you'll find a way
right.
to do that. But your primary focus should be, let's make this planet a better place, right?
True, true.
So to me, that's really the most important thing. Second thing is, obviously, you have to assemble a good management team that has 2 different aspects. They have to have really solid business background, and they have to have a really solid mathematical or analytical or scientific background, right?
Right,
If you
right.
shift, either if business is driving the business, or if science is driving the
Mhm.
business, you're likely to fail. There has to be a balance, and every decision has to be made using both of them, and then work globally.
Right.
Whatever you do, don't implement it for the wealthy. Don't implement it for one country. We're all citizens of the world. Implement it globally.
Absolutely.
Right? globally so that everyone can benefit, right?
You're right, right. So, thank you so much, Momo, for these wonderful insights. And it was indeed a pleasure to have you with us for our first revenue impact talk. We look forward for more such engagements with you in future. And I
Awesome.
thank you so much for your time and have a great day ahead. Take care.